So like I was saying, the leadership for you is not, I don't see that as a challenge at all. Never have. Delegation of things and knowing right now what your assets are for your business might be a challenge for you. As an example, I I don't know. You're not actually thinking about your. In my mind, you're not thinking about your business from a personal standpoint, in the sense that you enjoy having, just like me. I enjoy what I'm getting ready to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
You enjoy having people around you that will do things for you,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't know what they're doing, and you don't. You don't. I don't see you as a person that yet has um, the perception of what it is that you need to do next and what you have and how to attain what your assets are.
Right.
And that the statuses of where you are and what you're doing are real important, because from me, you're ending up learning about dealing with people and making yourself accessible, more accessible than you already have been in your life.
Mm-hmm.
That also brings a lot of challenges, because you start to have true feelings for people. You're going to people are going to hit your heartstrings.
Yeah.
And learning to say no is definitely the most important thing that you're going to have to learn. You're going to have to, yeah, you have to also lead through tough love.
Mm-hmm.
But you have a great start, because you got a couple of very cool people, better than my team, very cool people that have the ability to pop it off quickly.
Right.
If you lead them quickly by understanding your assets. When I talk about assets for your business, what am I talking about? What should be your number one asset in your business? Let's not do it as number one. That's not fair to you. And I don't know why I do that to people. That's all a bunch of bullshit, that part. In the sense that what's number one, what's number two. I when I say that, I think I'm putting people on the spot, and that's not what my goal is.
Mm-hmm.
So let's decide what your assets are and then prioritize them. It's an automatic thing for me, because I've been doing it for such a long time.
Right.
In everything I do, I mean, there's not anything that I do that I don't prioritize what's going on inside my head instantly. I mean, I just do it
Yeah.
for some reason.
So what is,
Yeah,
I
go
would
ahead.
say,
Don't think about it. Try not to think about it. Just come up with like what you feel. I mean by what are your assets?
organization.
Don't ask me. Tell me.
Well, I'm
You mean like five or six of them?
Yeah, being organized would be one. Um, I don't know if I'm considering asset like a must-have, but a must-have is organization, communication. So to make sure that I have some way to communicate with the team on consistently, and effectively. Um, to know people's goals so I can get where they want to come from versus what I want. So understanding where they come from. and what's making them want to do it. I would say
Now I'm
my,
going to say to you,
I would
now I'm
say
gonna say,
I would say mindset is probably one to keep on the front and center to make sure that I don't hear a no and let it pierce me.
I'm going to say to you now, all I want you to do is give me the word. Don't give me the reason or anything behind it. Just give
Okay.
me the word of your assets. Like,
Okay. So
what are your,
organization, communication, know your why, understanding, and mindset
okay,
and action.
okay, very good. Draw a line, and now you're going to do the next side of the line. You're going to do the right side of the line. Let me tell you what I think your assets should be.
Okay.
Okay. Number of people.
Number of people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The number of people.
Okay.
The number of leads per person.
Okay.
Your total leads per organization.
Okay.
Your personal goals.
Okay.
Now, now in your case, the number of electric bills in hand.
Okay.
The number of electric bills promised.
All right.
And that's your Facebook account. Your Facebook account.
Yep.
And that right there, I think for you, at this level where you and I are talking, with me giving it just this amount of brain thought, I think that that's a great start right there. Those would be the things that I would be looking at. Those are your assets. That's what you have right now on a daily basis to work with.
Right.
Those numbers will either increase or decrease.
Yep.
If they increase, you need to keep track of it.
Yep.
And you need to keep track of it, in my opinion, for at least 90 days. In your case, as if you were a garanimal, just eating everything that gets in front of you, getting fat quick, fat, as much as you can get.
Right.
And those are the top things that you should communicate to ChatGPT about as you're going forward. How do I do this? How do I do that? Suggest a few ways, those kinds of things. Okay. As an example, I can give you a phrase. You could go to ChatGPT and say, give me 5 similar ways of saying this phrase. You could say that for the purpose of finding your voice, finding your tone. Okay.
Yep.
Another asset that you have is you're the biggest asset in the organization. So mindset would look like this. It would be you, then it would be mindset, and then it's everything about the mindset. And it's not at this particular point in your time making it so that it's huge. Okay. It's not the thought of a year. It's not the thought of 5 years, 10 years, anything like that. An asset would be if you had a written business plan with written goals, both financial, complete business plan that you have in your hands. That is an asset to you because it means that you have a starting point. Okay. Now, we could go through this because this right now is really good stuff because of who you do have.
Right.
You get to pick and choose the A players on your team right now. The A players on your team are going to get 80% of your time. It's the rule, actually, you always have heard it. Everybody has. It's the 80-20 rule. Okay.
Yep.
So you have to start off and you have to course correct on a daily basis. You're not going to fly the airplane from New York to LA and be off 1 degree the whole flight. You'll end up in Seattle, Washington. Okay.
Right.
It's course correcting on a daily basis. The way that you course correct is not by the way David tells you to course correct. It's the way that you need to course correct based on some of the standards, ideas, concepts that we help each other to develop.
Right.
My business gets course corrected because of you. So I try to guide you and get you to kind of see or train you to kind of do the things that I think are important to me. I mean, that's greed at its highest form. Okay.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it is a true giving of talent, time, and so forth. Those are important. Those are my assets.
Right.
My asset really, I can look at it and say, the chair here is mine. I'm here, everybody knows where to get me.
Yeah.
I make that like a rule, if you will. Okay. When I started the business with Miss Crystal, she knew when her and I first started, she was not computer impaired. She tells people that she didn't have computer skills. She says that she couldn't do certain things and stuff like that. And what I do is I look for the things that you can do. I focus on those things and work with them to the best of my ability to get it so that the brain takes over, so that you can do things kind of naturally. Okay. You don't have any needs for anything. You have really no need for anything in reality right this minute. You don't need anything to make your business go. You could make your business go right now with your mobile device, without me, without anybody other than the assets that you have right now. If you have a plan of action for at least 90 days, that means that you're going to actually on a daily basis dedicate the same amount of time each and every day on every aspect of your life for your business, for you and your business. As an example, you've got your already training things that you're doing in your life. You can't walk away from that. You can't take time from it. You've got to be able to handle it. So your brain has to be told that constantly. I can do this part, I get this part done, but I still have to do this, this, and this. Okay. And it doesn't have to be daily. Okay. It honestly doesn't have to be daily. It has to be consistent. Just like when we're talking about doing stuff on social media, and look, I'm talking seriously. I have missed every day this week of my online stuff, almost every day this week, I've got 3 accounts that are down right now. Okay. 3 accounts that are down that I could have had back up and running really if I didn't have an open door policy and if I didn't take the amount of time that I take with people to do the things that I like to do with people. In my mind, this is much more important than anything else I do.
Yeah.
But it takes away so much from my business. My
Right.
business, I will out recruit in my mind. I do it. This is who I am. And in my mind, I go, ain't nobody going to beat me. Huh, you're not going to beat me. Good luck. You know, you're not going to beat me. That's just how I think. Right. And so I'm so cocky that I literally look in the mirror and go, they're not going to beat me, are they? There's nobody going to touch me out there. I'm going to kick everybody's ass. I say that in the mirror almost every morning to myself and out loud. Nobody's going to take me. Nobody. I'm going to dominate in every area of the deal. And I don't ever dominate every part of the deal at the beginning stages. I just don't do it. It doesn't take place. My mind is telling me I am, and I know the things that I have to do, so I get the things done so that at the end of my 90 days, I can literally look at my results and I can say, I did it. I got to this point. I'm willing to go another 90. Okay. I call it a 90-day madman. That's the focus that I do on that 90-day madman. So, and it's a 6 month, it is a 6 months endeavor. By the end of the 6 months, you know what your day is going to look like. And you can control at that particular point in time, you can control what's going on. You can slow down a little bit, but you'll also know from your stats what the most important thing is for your business. Okay. Because it might not be sales. It might not be recruiting. It might not be getting electric bills. It might not be closing deals. It might not be working with installers or dealing with the prospect. You don't know what the most important part of your day is yet until you look at your stats. It's just simply.
So how do you track your stats? Because this is one thing that I have.
Little check marks. It's numbers. Little stats. That's how you track it. Okay.
So do you do it on an Excel spreadsheet? Is that what you do? Or
I
just piece of paper?
don't. In your particular case, all you want to do is get it so that it goes into your brain, and you'll figure out how to get it automated once you have it either on paper or in your head and you see it. I'm not saying to you, there's no way I'm saying this. The last thing in the world I want to see you do is go try to figure, or unless you're good at it and you,
I've been trying to figure this out with Fraser Brooks. So his is all about tracking. He says what you do not measure does not happen. And
Okay,
so I've
go.
had that in my mind for quite some time. You know, you have to measure, but I've not been successfully. Somebody actually told me to get one of those clickers, get a clicker and then sit there and use the clicker. And that is what she uses. So you're talking about check. She uses one of those little machines that she literally clicks a button.
Okay, and so let's say when she gets to 100 and the day is over, what does she clear it?
Yeah, she'll clear it. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So
yep.
Whatever's the easiest. For me, I've been doing it so long. I've been doing it for such a long time that I don't have to do it the same way I did when I started, because here's the deal. This right here. This pile are my notes from this year. From this year. Okay. This is my notes. Now, I take, and what I do is my notes. Now, so here they are. They're in the top drawer, second drawer on my desk, on a piece of paper. On my desk are 4 or 5 sheets, 3 sheets right here, right now. By the end of the day, there'll be probably 9. On one side is whatever comes out of the printer. that I print. The other side is blank. That's where I put my notes. Okay. And I leave everything on my desk. Next Sunday or Saturday, one of those 2 days, I will sit back and I will read the notes from top to bottom, every page into into Google Voice. Then I transcribe it into ChatGPT and I have it in print format. And I use it as I have it in print format. And there it is, table format, print format, summary, table format, bullet points, keywords, keyword phrases, and so forth on paper. And then I have it on my desk for the entire week. Okay. And I got one side notes, the other side I got my stuff. Now that's how I track things, because here's the deal. Everything that I do, I have been able to get it to a digital format to run the way I like things to run in my life, right? I also have on my desk my Go High Level account. I'm not in my Go High Level account. I'm gonna just that probably is a really good thing to show right now. Would be a good thing. Stay focused, you idiot. Stay focused. Keep the focus. Keep the focus. Okay. 2 Chrome browsers. There's one. There's the other.
Okay.
On my left-hand monitor, okay? These stay open all day, every day. And across the top are my tabs that I'm using for each browser. This particular browser is my Rental Lead Pro Chrome browser. It houses all of the different things that I need to use that have anything to do with tracking and keeping me kind of on target, if you will. I'll give you an example. So I'm inside Rental Lead Pro right now. Whose account was I was in Rebecca's. So I'm going to change and I'm going to go to my account. There's Everyday Cash Machine. I'm going to go to my account. I'm in tab. This tab is in my account. This tab is in my account. And I'm going to click right. I got some documents that I built. And there's my, down here on this left-hand sidebar, you see MLLFB leads. These are my Facebook leads. Okay. These are all Facebook leads. Now, what you're going to see here is a spreadsheet that I don't use the Google. I don't use the Go High Level. I'm going to go into here and I'm going to go back and I'm going to click on contacts. This is the way that you enter a contact. If you wanted to do it on an individual basis, you would click right there on the plus sign. It would pop up. You'd enter the information, hit save. It automatically saves a record. Okay. I don't have time to do that. I just don't have the time to do it. What I'm doing is I'm inside give me a second here. I wasn't prepared for this, so my computer is not set up to do what I was getting ready to going to show you. So I'm setting it up as I go. Let's use that as an example. A Chrome browser. This is one of the ones that I'm running. Facebook account. Now this would be when I'm working, okay? And I'm not saying to you, this is what you should do. I'm sharing with you the things that are important to me statistic wise, so that at the end of 90 days, I can look and go, oh, this is where I'm at. Okay.
Right.
This is where I'm at. This is what I've done, and so forth. And so inside this deal right here, when I'm working with the people, I can click on the messages, go over to my deal right here. and I can say, okay, this is, thank you.
And you're using Easy Messenger on this, or are you using?
Not on this account. I've got it loaded, but I haven't started. I've only had Easy Messenger running on, it's on everybody's account, but I'm running it only on my own account, and I've only run it for 2 days. I don't have it running right now. Today was my day of going in and look, it's going to go, it goes so fast that the system goes so fast that what I'm getting ready to show you right now, I've got to figure out how to make it so that I can keep up with it. I got 12 accounts that it's going to be on. That's a lot of accounts. Okay.
Right.
So what has to take place is the goal here is to take, and I'm going to take you through. There's Kate right there. Okay. I mean, I should have more. Let's see what this is. Okay. So this lady's in a conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in order for me to do that, I got to get in, I got to get out and show and open her up. So I open her up. There she is. I got to click on her. I got to grab her name. Now this would be on an, so you know that I've got it open. That's the most I can do right there. I'm going to move it to my center screen like I normally would.
Right.
I'm going to have my account open. I'm going to be in my DMO mode. I'm going to be on my first sheet, and I'm going to Control V. She's on the document. I'm now going to grab her Facebook account. Control V. I'm going to put conversation. I'm going to put David James. That's my way of getting things into my computer. It's not in Go High Level yet. It's not in Go High Level. It's on a spreadsheet.
It's on the Google Sheets. Yeah.
Right. It's on a spreadsheet. So now I can just take these two, highlight them, Control C, go to my Zap. Oh, I don't want to do Control C on both of them. See, I didn't even have that one read out. So this one should have already been read.
And what does red mean?
Red means they're done. I've already got them in my system. They've already from this document, it means that they've already been transferred to this document. See, there he is right there, Don Martin.
Got it.
Okay, so now I'm going to go back here. I'm going to do
Control. And what is Zap?
Zap is when you zapping is it's a tool called Zapier. Control C.
Okay.
Control C. Control V. And I just let it go. I don't have to do any more. And in 5 minutes, that's going to load as a record in my Go High Level account. And it's going to show up in, I'm going to duplicate this right here. And it's going to show up in my opportunity database. It's going to show up in my pipeline. Okay. Once it's in my pipeline, I have a record. I know what's going on. I know who the people are I have to deal with. Okay. Do I deal with them all at the same time on the same day? Yes. When I decide that I'm going to deal with everybody, because remember, we're not making it so that we can do it every single day at the same time every day. We're not as a human being, we're not an automated tool. So I go in here to the opportunities. I look for my pipeline. There's my everyday cash machine, and my pipeline is built. So
you're taking those
when I'm ready to communicate with the people, right?
Right.
Because they're in my database. Like all I did, I just looked at that girl with you right there. I just looked at her, and I
Mhm.
have a place. I don't. I think I put it under conversation, but I don't think conversation in progress worked right there. Wherever she would have gone, she's inside the database here right now. She might not even be populated yet. Okay, it does take sometimes 5 minutes, but I'm sharing with you where they all are. They are
Mhm.
all organized. Okay, so that legitimately I can go and do anything I want to do. At least I know who it is that I have. That's why you always hear. So tell me, what's their first name? What's their, you know? And so as an example, let's just go through and do it. I think I said to like
Darlene. Yeah,
I don't
Darlene.
know who this is yet, but we'll figure this out. You'll see exactly how I do this. I think you were on the call. Who's Keith Brown? Is Keith Brown one of your people?
No, Keith Brown is Becky. Rebecca is her the
Network marketing guy.
the network marketing guy.
Okay, so you see right there, now I'm in the conversation with you. On my notes, I just wrote Keith Brown dash. I put Becky, and I had already known. I put networker. He just
Yeah.
said, I wrote the notes for Becky. She just set the stage when Becky was talking. Did you see Becky? That was a really good.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really good session that I did with her because you had to hear. I don't know if you're hearing the same things that I'm hearing
Mm-hmm.
when they're communicating. And if you do hear something that you feel right now in your career, you have to make it granular. If you hear something in a conversation that strikes you, that's what you write down on a sheet of paper. You
Mm.
don't try to write the notes out of the whole thing. You write down what struck you so that you can associate that person to the feeling that you had at that particular moment. I
Right.
don't run my life. I don't run my life or my business based on my feelings. Okay.
Right.
I learned a long time ago, God does not want you to do that. He does not want you living your life like this. And that's what your feelings are, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. I
Yeah.
don't do that. I don't give a shit about anything. That is how I feel. And people hear me say that and they'll do things like, oh yeah, I know, or and you get a lot of negative when you say
Mm-hmm.
that. Like the words "I don't care," that
Right.
can piss people off like no tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't care.
Yeah.
That's me telling my brain so that I can do better for them.
Right.
I know what's going on in my
I
life.
know.
I know what's going on. I enjoy what's taking place all around me. I enjoy the place I'm at in my I watched a thing the other day, Jerry Seinfeld with Jimmy Fallon. And Seinfeld said that he loves to go everywhere and do things with everybody, and he hates everybody and doing everything. He said that because he already knows he doesn't like lots and lots of things. Like, as an example, and he used this as the example, I thought this was so funny. Jet skiing, he called it's the stupidest thing, jet skiing. You take off, you go nowhere, you come back, you get off, you got 20 minutes on the ride, and you're talking to your friend on the water. What is it? What is it? Whoa, whoa, what? I hate it. I hate it. But I go and I deal with it. Okay. Just how I am. Total. It's how I think. Okay.
Yeah.
So my point here is that in the conversation I had with her, she goes, I saw her going down,
Mm-hmm.
not deeply, but she went down the negative path. Okay.
Right.
Where
Right.
she started that, I don't remember the exact words, but she went down that the conversation changed. He's a big time networker, but I don't know how to get to his contacts.
Right.
That's kind of what she was going
Yeah.
for.
Right.
And that when you're hearing that, that's a desire. That's a desire. You're not looking at You're not listening to what the person said. She didn't realize that the guy, when he made the statement that he's a network marketer, who's made a lot of money, that he was flexing his muscle. He didn't know that. And I didn't know until after he said it, after she said it, that he was in his 70s, his late 70s, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at it different, if you listen like that, those are your assets, okay? Because your asset right now is every name that she can come up with. So you've got to figure out how you're going to talk to people about their list. Back in the day when I started, I was 21, 26, and I went to do rainbow vacuum cleaners. Paul Vidovich said to me, David, on average, our guys across the United States, around the country, are only averaging 4 names out of every house that they go into. When they come out of the house, they're getting an average of 4 names. And the appointments that they get from those 4 names is so low, he can't even keep track of it. That's what he told me. He said, I want you to focus on getting more names and creating more action from the names that you get. I said, how many names do you want me to get out of a house? He said, figure it out. I said, okay. So I started. When I would go into the house, I would say to people, and you know that this is true because nobody can verbalize it the way that I can. I would say to the people, so how did I do? Did I do a very good presentation? They would say, yeah, you did great. I'd say, am I the type of individual that you wouldn't mind introducing to your friends, neighbors, relatives? They would say, no. I'd say, do you know anybody at all that would be interested in earning anywhere from $350 to $750 extra a month? They would say, sometimes nothing would answer, or they'd go like this, yes. And I'd go, can you put that name on a sheet of paper? And I'd slide a yellow pad in front of them, and they would write down the name and the telephone number. And then I would continue on, and I'd ask a little bit about those people. Then I would say, so is the rainbow something you'd like to get as a unit tonight? And they'd say yes or no. If they said yes, I would say to them, okay, what about, do you know anybody else that might be interested in earning $750 a month? They'd go, no. And I'd say, so what about either of you? Would either of you be interested? Did you like the way I did the demo? If I was able to teach you this presentation, what about either one of you? And about 40% of the time, one of them would say yes. 40% of the time, one of them would say yes. Okay. So now what you're doing is you're getting their name and number, right? You have all that information, and you're saying, now what we want to do is we want to set our first appointment that we're going to go out on, and it's going to be a practice presentation. Where have you heard that before? It's going to be a practice presentation, okay? We're going to practice on your mother, your sister, your brother, and so forth. And I'm going to teach you. Is that fair enough? Yes. Okay, great. Get their information. I would walk out of the house. I would walk out of the house, me personally, with 12 names without fail. I would walk out of the house with 12 names. Now I went to Paul, and I said, Paul, I'm getting 12 on average. And it took me 90 days to put it together. I'm averaging about 12 names a home. And he goes, how many phone numbers are you getting with it? And I said, well, I'm probably getting 6 or 8. He goes, can you get 12? Can you get the name and number? I said, okay, let's work on that for the next 90 days out in the field. My average was 8 names and numbers. And then we went to the next level. After 6 months, we went to the next level of qualifying, teaching the qualification. So listen, if we did the presentation for your sister, is she the type of person that you think would buy the machine? No, they don't have any money whatsoever. So it's going to be a practice presentation for us, right? Yes. Would they be able to finance it? Well, I don't know about that. Do you know anything about their credit? No, I don't know anything about that. What does the husband do for work? Blah, blah, blah. Now I've qualified the names, okay? Then it came down to, let's grade them, A, B, C, and D, right? So I loved going on all of the A's. Loved it. My closing percentage was through the roof because they were A's. They were
Right.
already qualified.
Right.
The B presentations, I went and did them. The C and D presentations, I gave them away to my team. C's and D's I gave away because C's and D's are practice.
Got
C's
it.
and D's are where you give your deals to your downline, and when you give them to your downline, you're making sure that your downline is going to do it the way you friggin' tell them to do it.
Right.
Then you have to monitor them. Okay. So listen, let me ask you something, Emily. Did you ask her to buy the machine? No, I didn't feel comfortable asking him to buy them. So you didn't ask him to buy the machine. Did you practice on trying to ask him to buy? No, I didn't. Did you get any names out of the house? No, I didn't. Do you know anything about these people? How many children do they have? Oh, they were in bed. The children were in bed. Do you know any of the kids' names? No. Okay, that lady, that person is not going to get anything from me ever again. She just qualified herself as a team, where she fits in a team. Look at, in this kind of a business that we're in, one of the things that we need to have are called butts in chairs. You got to have butts in chairs. The D people are really great butts in chairs. They're great butts in chairs. Drive everybody to the meeting, drive everybody to say, HTI in the house, high ticket innovators in the house, Pam from Houston, HTI in the house, because after 1 week, you're going to hear what? What will you hear? Oh my God, HTI is taking over. You hear that? Oh, there's a lot of you guys in the house right now. No shit. And I want you to know that it's only been 3 weeks that we've been saying it. You're now up, you went from 57 people in your meeting. You're now at 68, 69, 70 people in the group. Okay?
Right.
That's what I do. That's what I enjoy doing. But again, I enjoy that piece. And I'm teaching you this part because that's the piece that you're looking to have. I can see that from you. That's what you're looking for. And I'm trying to take you away from thinking about all of the little things that you're thinking about. You're thinking about things that are granular. You're thinking about, I could put together a spreadsheet to keep those records, or you could just take a friggin' or you could just take a little piece of paper and write it down and keep track of it in your head for 90 days. I'm not asking you to get out there and give me exacts, but when I say how many people, don't be the person on the phone that goes, well, I spoke to Darlene, but her and I talked about it, and her dog had to take a piss, so she took the dog out for a walk. I don't need it. I need to know I got Darlene, I got Becky, I got this and that, and that's it. Because if you don't do it with me like that, your people are going to trample you in 90 days. It is exhausting business. This is an exhausting business. This is not a cakewalk. People that tell you, oh, it's easy. It's easy. Horse shit. It's not easy. If you really want to get to the money, okay?
Right.
People that you also have to think about this. There is an awful lot of people in the organization that are going to, when the people right now that are making money in the business right now, right this minute in this company, are not anybody. There are not anybody at mine and Jim's level. They're not us. Okay. They are guys like Jabari, JC, Juan, Samuel might be, and a couple of other people in the deal. And I'm watching the sales come in on the solar proposal page. Okay. And the reason it is because those guys are already seasoned at the deal, and we don't know where their sales are coming from. We don't know if those are sales that have already been dealt with before when they were power. We don't know that. We as the field force, we don't know the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth about what's going on. I
Yeah.
know that for a fact. I've been doing this for a long time. I know this. I'm willing to go a very, very long time and push to build my bank. I'm building the bank because when the bank has enough people in it, enough leads in it, enough electric bills in it, and so forth, the bank will pop. It happens every time. Okay.
Right.
That's the way it is. Because we're probably up to a good 25 or 30, 25 anyway, electric bills between everybody on the team. Um,
Well,
and
that's
now
exciting.
I'm learning how to, trying to learn how, I'm trying to be very careful because I want to see people make money. I don't want it to get to like Jabari has not closed one deal for me yet, not one. Okay. And he's done 5 presentations. And I've been on all the presentations. And I said to Jabari, you're not asking for the close. And you're listening to people tell you they want to buy it, but you're not helping them. He said, and he goes, no, that's not true. I said, Jabari, let's talk about it. Frank Sullivan said he wanted solar on his house and he wanted the payment of his house to be $10 a month or $20 a month for his electric bill. And he wanted the array of panels on the front end of his house first and enough panels on the back end so that he could have a battery backup. Is that what he said? Jabari said yes. And I said, then why the fuck didn't you give it to him? Why did you fight with him? And why did you fight with him and not show him? He says, I didn't fight with him. I said, you fought with him, man. You tried to get your point across about where the panels go. And he told you where he wanted the panels, but you showed him that the panels should go here. And why is his electric bill going to be he's only going to save $40 on his electric bill? Why is he only saving 40 when he wants to be down to 10 or 20 on his electric bill and have a solar payment? Because his electric bill is $290 right now, and now the panels are going to be $240, but you've got him at $70 on the electric bill. Why? And Jabari goes, that's the way the array came out. I said, actually, the reason it's that way is because you're in control of the spread and you didn't discount at all. Period. End of story. And he started to argue with me at that point. And I said, Jabari, you're 100% right. I know that. You're in control. This conversation is over. You understand? It's over. I've already made my decision about you. You don't know what you're doing when it comes to selling. You're only selling to people that have the ability to go, oh, yes, I'll buy it. I'll take it. That's called low-hanging fruit. You suck at sales. Period.
You told him that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a doubt. I know if you're a sales guy or if you're just somebody that knows how to go after low-hanging fruit. Okay. So I decided that what I'm going to do is I really do like Trey, but I'm getting ready. I'm thinking seriously about moving him, just getting him out of my way because he's not helping himself. He's not doing anything for himself. I'll go more towards Becky and go more towards Christina and you and Craig rather than Trey because you guys are willing to learn right now. You're willing to go through it. But the most important part, the hardest part of this deal for our team right now, the hardest part based on the statistics that we have right now are the 3 sales. Somebody's going to get that 3 sale deal. And, it's no matter what it's going to look like when it happens, it's going to look like it's me that hits the 3 deals, but it's not really going to be me. I'm at the builder level. I made it so that we paid the builder price. I don't want to try to, I need the $7,000 hits. I would like to have that kind of cash come in, but I'm willing to take the 600 to get other people to get to a level so that now I'm going to ask you the question. What is it that I need to get to? If I'm giving up the 7,000, what is it that I need to get to if I'm a builder, but I haven't closed 3 and done 5 personal? What do I need to see?
Say it one more time.
I am giving up going
Yes.
after the 7,000.
Yes.
I'm at the builder level, however,
Yeah.
giving up the 7,000 to take less money
Yeah.
so that I can get my people so that I can get somebody to be a consultant, just somebody that can close. They don't have to be a mentor. I need a closer on the team so
Right.
that I can get what? I have to add what to my assets? What has to be in my asset? I'm missing an asset. And so are you.
What's coming to mind for me is the 20%.
What
Ma-
I'm missing
ma-
for an asset is I'm missing the back office portal. I don't get to see the Freedom Forever portal. So if I can't see the Freedom Forever portal, I don't know how to create the spread. Right?
Yeah,
The
but
only way,
I didn't know anything about that because yeah.
well, that's what Jabari and that you saw that by Hans. Hans showed it. He pulled up a spreadsheet, a document. He said, look,
Okay.
you can change this number right here. Look what it does. You can change this number right here. Look what it does. That's the spread. That determines everything right there. I'd rather have 25 deals at, a 7% spread than have 3 deals at a 18% spread, as an example, right?
Yeah.
All right. Having more deals is more valuable than having high paying deals, because having more deals, if you remember, I said that I told you guys something wrong the other day on the 70-30, the 70-30 ratio. It's based on installs, not on people.
Yeah.
Based on installs.
Oh, got it.
Everything at
So
that
even
level,
if you take less, then you have more installs, which
even
then
if I
gets you
give the
up.
friggin' thing away.
Right.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Got it.
You never have to worry. Freedom will never be hurting for money. Freedom installers will never be hurting for money, and Encore Solar will never be hurting for money, ever. You have to realize we're not the only providers of solar for Encore and Freedom. They've got thousands of their own people out there that are selling the product.
Right.
And they're not on our compensation plan.
Yeah.
We're just a white label for them. That's all. You have to I'm telling you, I'm giving you the truth. I mean, I know this for a fact. The company, our build network, is never gonna publicly say that, because that would make, in the mind of build, that would be that you're letting people know that they have competitors out there. And what build doesn't want you to think about is the competitors.
Right.
They're playing off, build is playing off the internal consumption game. Come into the business and experience how it works by giving us your electric bill. That is their lead generation tool.
Right.
I believe in that. That's the internal consumption. That is the tool,
So how would you change the spread though? Isn't it something that the paperwork would be already set up where, I mean, are you allowed to change the spread?
Yeah, you control it. It's your job to control it. That's your job as a salesperson, is to control the spread.
Got it.
Absolutely.
I didn't think
That's why,
I mean, I would figure that it'd be in their payment or whatever. I would think it would be just straightforward of this is how much it cost.
No. Why do you think the affiliate gets between 500 and 1,000? Why do you think the drop down box says 500, 750, or 1,000? Because you control the spread. It's coming out of your pocket as the mentor and the consultant.
Got it.
Make sense?
Yes. Got it.
So your deal is electric bills. That's your that's your asset. That's the asset you're going after. Your
Yeah.
people asset definitely is. Now look at, I'll tell you who else could be a great. What you have to do is, another thing that you should do is look at each of your people and make a decision. Just say to yourself, okay, I think that this person would be great at this. I think this person would be great at that. And then
Right.
you stay focused at that and subliminally work with that individual to get it what you want. Okay.
Right.
No different than what I'm doing with you right this very minute. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm looking at you, trying to figure out the best way to get you to get electric bill, because I'm doing everything to do. You said in the very beginning, one of your first assets in your mind was organization. The reason you're organized is because you have me right now. That's your organization. You have me, you have Dawn, you have those kinds of things around you. So don't think about organization anymore. Think about where everybody you're going to talk to about electric bill. Okay. If you know somebody, if somebody's on your team and they own a home and they haven't given you their electric bill, they don't have buy-in yet.
Right. Yep.
Now, Dawn already has solar on her house, but she is going around the neighborhood getting electric bills. All you want to do with her is just keep track of all of the people she talks to on a daily basis, because once Dawn speaks to those people, she opens the door for you to communicate with those people. Now you're doing something, right? Because now you have qualified leads. At least the way you qualify a lead is you write everything down on a sheet of paper that it is that you want to have in order to make your qualification work. Like, we want homeowner, we'd like credit scores to be 750, 680 and above, 720 and above, 680 above, that kind of thing. You don't know that, but if they have a brand new car, if they've been in the house for 3 to 5 years, if they got children, those kind of things, then they're high up on the ladder. Okay. So you're looking for those kind of things. That's where you spend your time. And so if she's going around talking to people and all you're doing is asking who those people are, and then taking those people and putting them on your spreadsheet and getting them into your database, you'll have their email address, you'll have their phone number. You have the ability at any time to make what's called the introduction call. Hi, this is Pam Wilson. You and Becky. What's Becky's last name? Bretz?
Bretz. Bretz.
Bretz. Okay. So you and Becky Bretz are friends, and Becky told you about you. I hope you don't mind giving you a call. I just wanted to touch base, say hi. You now have an in, right? That's all it is. That's all it is. That is building. That's building your pipeline. You're not trying to sell. If you can get that into your head, that don't try to sell. And for some godforsaken reason, I got to get you out of the habit of sign up. It is enroll, and the whole idea is you don't have to go after them day one. You don't have to go after them day one. The only thing that you have to get day one is their contact information. That's it. Nothing more.
Got it. Well,
you have patience.
So Dawn is now signed up as a builder, so she would be uploading these.
I don't care if she signed up as the president of the company. She doesn't have the skill set to do jack shit. Everything goes to you. You get everything. Let's figure out how you want to run your business. Okay. And by letting her upload something into her account, you don't know enough about it, whether you're going to see it or whether you're not going to see it. You don't know who to trust yet about whether you are going to see it. I got a call from Christina saying, hey, if you don't put a mentor onto the deal right away, it goes to the headquarters and the headquarters gets it, and it's all done by the headquarters. I don't know that for a fact, but I don't upload anything into the portal. I actually send it to Jabari with a copy to Hans, and then I call those guys on the phone and say, do you have it? They say yes. I go, okay, I'll let you know when the appointment is scheduled for. Until I actually learn how to do it and see it work for myself, I want them in my hands.
Got it.
I want them in your hands.
Got it.
I'm not saying that there's anything sneaky going on with the headquarters at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm
Yeah.
saying we don't know.
Yeah.
And don't give away too much of your knowledge, which is power, to your downline. Don't push them away from you, suck them into you. Don't push them away. Don't go, look at it, it's in your portal. This is how you do it. Then you have an expectation of those people. The cool thing about me is I don't expect anything from anybody. I don't care. You know, for me, it's just a good way to get through my life, if you will. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I have 3 electric bills. What should I do with them?
Put a folder on your desktop called Build Incoming Electric Bills and put them into that folder in a PDF format. Once you have that done, once you have that done, then we'll talk about where you email them to and how you store them in your database so that you'll always have them in a folder and in a database. Inside the folder, mine says already sent and pending.
Okay.
I have 2 folders inside that folder, already sent and pending. And then I'm going through and I'm also tying those electric bills to the contact information in my Go High Level account. Because once it's there, then it's a permanent deal and I can see everything all at once tied to that individual.
Right.
But that's a time-consuming thing. That's automation. You're creating automation as you go.
Yeah. Yeah, which is ultimately my long-term goal. My long-term goal is to very much because like I said, I'm in the technology side. I mean, we all kind of met at, MGL, and it's just, that's what my preference is to make things easy so I can go vacation.
Exactly. But it's not going to be easy. And you are going to vacation while it's not easy. No big deal.
Right.
You're going to be like, look, if my wife and I wanted to go to the beach, we had the money to go and go do the things we do, I wouldn't be sitting here doing this. I'd be on the beach talking to you from the patio.
Right.
It doesn't matter. We're not at that level in any stretch of the imagination. We're in the level of putting butts in chairs and getting electric bills, and that's it. And we can fuck it up until the cows come home, as long as we go get electric bills and put butts in chairs. Period. Nothing more.
Yeah.
Now, the butts in chairs, the C's and the D's, those are affiliates, and they're grunts. They are our field force. They don't know it. Okay. They don't know that that's who they are. They don't know that they are the actual, it's terrible to say, I was going to use the word slave, but I don't want to say slave. I want to say that they're more of the people with the pick and shovel out there, and we're trying to coax them to go out and find whatever electric bill they can. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the majority of those people, aren't even going to get you one electric bill, not even one. Okay. But a percentage of them will get you electric bills. Here's another cool tip I'll give you. In your head, over the course of the next couple of weeks, think about a number. Think about the number of sales that you would like to get from a person in your business. The number of sales that you'd like to get from a person in your business over a 1-year period of time. That's pretty clear, right? That's pretty clear.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to tell you the story. I did that in 1998. I went to Frances and I said, I know my number. And she said, what is it? And in her mind, she thought I was going to give her a whopping number. I said, I want 3 sales per year from each one of my reps. She went, what? I said, yeah, 3 deals per year per rep is all I'm looking for. That's what I want to train for. She was livid. What are you, crazy? What are you, nuts? 3 deals a year? I said, yeah, 3 deals a year. I want to train that simple to get 3 deals a year for our team. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, 3 deals a year? I go, yeah, 3 deals a year.
You're going after consistency.
She goes, we're not going to make any money. I said, 3 deals a year times 18,000 people. Give me a break.
Mm-hmm.
Deals a year. You're not putting any pressure on anybody.
Right. Because when people are under pressure, they don't do anything.
Right. You're not putting it. There's no problem here at all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you this because did you hear the do you hear, I don't know how you've been on with Kevin Marino a couple of times, and this is a good test. Kevin Marino says something that he believes, and I believe him because I take it to heart. He makes a comment inside of his presentation. The comment is, this is the only network marketing company that I've ever been involved in that one deal, just one deal a year makes you profitable.
Mm-hmm.
When I heard that, I was like, that is spot on, Kevin, spot on. The right exact words to say, the right exact words to say. You want to know how many people understood that? Probably 2 of us. That's it.
Probably anybody.
Number.
I would disagree. I think more. I would think anyone that's in the network marketing space would understand that.
Okay, so let's make a bet. Ask every one of your people. Just say to every one of your people after the next opportunity meeting that people go to, all your people, when the meeting is over, okay?
Yep.
When the meeting is over, I'm gonna look at. I already built it, so I'm gonna go into Chat GPT and I'm gonna tell Chat GPT that you have the full transcription of the meeting. What I'd like you to do now is suggest 5 different questions that I might be able to ask my team about what the takeaway was. Give me 5 suggestions of what the takeaway question would be that I should ask. It'll give it to me. And then if it doesn't give me the part about the one, and it's not going to give you that, but when it doesn't, I'm going to say to it, I'd like to ask this question, and I'll phrase it properly. And then all you got to do is ask each person, what was the takeaway? I guarantee if you get 5 questions, I'll say that 0 people will be able to give you any answer at all that is relevant in any way, shape, or form. I will tell you that your people will say to you, well, I liked what Kevin had to say. Well, I liked what JC had to say. Well, I do believe that solar is the way to go. I do believe that this is a high ticket item. There is no substance in any of those answers whatsoever.
Yeah.
And in my mind, it's all because they were all sitting there using a pen and paper writing notes rather than listening to what was being said and hear the keyword phrases. And nobody's taking the time. Nobody takes the time after the meeting like I do. I'm telling you, I'm a ball buster when it comes to that. When the meeting's over, I'm not putzing around. I don't go to bed like everybody thinks I do. I sit here at my computer and I'm calling people that were on the meeting. I'm calling Sergio. I'm calling David Kuski. I'm calling Craig. I'm calling Trey. And I'm saying, and I'm calling in the very beginning stages, my first 90 days of my 90-day Madman, the first 30 days of that is just calling to see if they answer the phone, period. And then it's a check mark. Didn't answer. Went from a B+ to a B-. That fast.
Yeah.
No have to even think about it. That's the cool thing about how if you can make that happen in your life, you're not going to be wasting time. You're going to spend time with the people that you want to spend time with. Because
I can tell you my first goal is to get out of what I'm doing on my side jobs to be able to stop doing that. But until that, I have to have X amount of guaranteed income so I can keep on, I have 2 bills left, 2 bills and taxes. And those are what I have left. And I'm getting there. I'm getting
Right.
there. I'm
And look
not,
at
I'm 50% there.
you've got a plan. You've got a plan. You do have a plan. I
Yep.
think that your I don't I think the way you just said it is you said that your statement was, because here's what I believe. I believe that words are very powerful, extremely powerful,
Yep.
probably the most powerful thing on the planet.
Yep.
And I heard you say that my goal is, and when you say that, I do believe that your brain believes what your goal is. Okay.
Yep.
And I believe that that in some cases, and I believe this of a lot of people, that you might not have the right goal. You might not be telling your brain the right thing. Okay. Because you also just use the words, I have to, I have to. I accidentally use the words I need, or I also do this, you need. And I absolutely hate saying to people, you need to do this. Okay.
Mhm.
When you go to Christian, when you are brought up as a Christian person, there
Mhm.
are some denominations of Christianity where they will stand at the pulpit. The preacher will stand at the pulpit. Shit. The preacher will stand at the pulpit and say, you need to read your Bible.
Mm.
You need to be at church on Wednesday night. You need to do this. Okay. And very early in my Christian, and there are things that I believe that maybe I shouldn't have learned at the time when I was learning it, but the things that I did learn when I was learning it, they stuck really, really well. Okay. Aim at the heart, the head will follow. You
Yep.
need all that stuff. It's stuck. Okay.
Right.
Um, you don't need to do jack shit to get to heaven other than ask Christ to let you in, period.
Right.
Nothing
Right.
more. You don't need to do anything else. And
Right.
so I find myself saying to people all the time, you need, and I do try to course correct when
Mhm.
and I do try to course correct in order to take that away. In your particular case, I think that um, you have, you're going to make it no matter what. You'll make it no matter what. Even if you walked away from your job tomorrow and did this full time straight out, you're going to be successful. Don't, you're going to be successful. It's what you want. You have to make up your mind. See, you
Right.
need to think
Yeah.
about, you should be thinking about the mindset in that format. In the sense that I can do all things, through him,
Right. Right.
that kind of,
Right.
and you'll be off to the races. You're in good shape. And Becky is a nice ally. She's somebody that you should get really close to,
Yeah.
and turn it around and let her be your mentor. Okay. You heard me say to her, Becky, I know that you're a high income earner, and
Right.
I guessed you at about $250,000, and the only thing you saw her do was smile.
Right.
She could be a $500,000 income earner, a
Right.
trucking company in demolition, a
I don't
trucking
know what
company,
that is, but
demolition, blowing up shit, blowing up buildings, tearing buildings down,
oh,
blowing shit up.
okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was a player, 17 trucks, I think she told me.
Well, she was a perfectionist. I didn't know her that well, but she was a perfectionist in school. She was a perfectionist and she was very competitive. She was all into
Mm.
sports and she had to be the best at being in the sports team. I didn't really get to know her as an adult. I didn't even know she had anything to do with the trucking company. And as an adult, the only how I started connecting her again was because of me posting on Facebook. I would post on Facebook a lot about my dad having Alzheimer's and the importance of brain health. And probably for the last 2 to 3 years, she has followed me and commented and just stayed connected. And so the last time I saw her was at my dad's funeral. And that's why I knew when she asked me, what was my dad's nickname? Because I don't know her from Adam. I don't know her at all. But she does seem like a very nice person now. And I didn't feel that way. Now, granted, this is probably school kids, lack of, I would say I'm completely opposite, but I'm different now than what I was as a kid. I had a learning disability, and so people always expected me to fail. And so I was always the last person that got picked. I was the one that got picked on. And so I never really I never was striving to be the best because I already knew that I wasn't the best. And so I said I always would go in as it's good enough. And
So
that's
where are you now? Where are you now in your life? I mean, you just made a statement. You knew you were never always the best. Do you feel that way still?
I don't strive to win. Like I don't competition isn't something that drives me, but I've always had to work harder than most to prove that I can do something.
So what drives you?
What drives me is wanting to be wanting not to have to walk through quicksand. It doesn't have to be this hard. I don't want to be the picker. I don't want to be the guy with the shovel that you just said about the affiliate.
What drives you?
What drives me?
Can I give you the answer?
Yes.
You don't have anything that drives you.
You're probably right.
You can't even give the answer. Takes too long.
You're probably
Takes
right.
too long to get the answer out of you.
Yep. You're
And
probably
you
right. I
I know
survive.
I'm right. I know
Yeah,
that you're
I go in survival mode.
right. And you just haven't told yourself yet that you're the best. You don't look in the mirror and puff yourself up. You don't put your muscles on in the morning.
No.
You're not, all you're doing is your exterior showing that you can do it. Exterior showing you can do it. Exterior. You're letting other people look at you to get your accolades, so to speak. Okay. I don't need that at all. When I look in the mirror, I say I'm the best looking man on the face of the earth. I love myself. I'm the greatest. There is nobody better. I'm fabulous. And then my prayers, right? I make sure that I stay proper for where I'm supposed to be in life. But I am the greatest, and I am going to make it. I have it all under control. I'm not going to lose. I'm totally dedicated to this project. Those are the affirmations that I do for myself continuously. That's the piece. That is a piece that you're missing. You are the greatest. You have the ability. I can see it in you. Okay. And so can other people. Most other people probably would take advantage of that they see it.
Mm-hmm.
And that is
taken advantage of frequently.
Because you allow it.
Mm-hmm.
You allow people to take advantage. Period.
Yes.
Nobody takes advantage of me. Nobody. Now watch. If they do take advantage of me, I've let them take advantage of me because I don't care.
Right.
Period.
Right.
I don't. If somebody does me wrong, I could be mad. I could throw things. I can swear, kick shit, scream out loud. I don't care. It's over. It's done. It's past. Am I ever going to deal with them again? Absolutely. Is my door always going to be open? Absolutely. Even if I say I'm never talking to that mother ever again, I can't believe that happened to me. I hate this. I hate that. I don't like this. It doesn't matter. 2 weeks later, I could be back in the deal with them again. It doesn't matter. I'm not, it's just the way it is. Am I going to change? Not a chance on God's green earth. That's my gift.
Yeah.
And I know that. I
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I prayed about it, tell me, what do I do? And those are my answers. They don't belong to anybody else. They're my answers.
Yeah.
So in your case, you're growing exponentially and you don't know it. And
well, even the experience that I'm doing right now with caring all for these different people, I'm growing exponentially. But we walked out of that hotel room with Chad, and I had to do things that I absolutely would not want anyone else to have to do. And I walked out of there and said, that is growth. That's what moves me, is not having to do that kind of stuff. And that's what I do, these things, and I'm growing and I'm learning and I'm being humble, because one day the struggle doesn't have to be there.
you're not struggling. You don't even know what struggle is. You're not struggling. You're just not struggling.
This year, I didn't have enough food in my house.
You ate.
This year,
You ate.
I
And
did,
look where
but
you're at. Look where you're at. You ate. You're there. You're not struggling. You want to see struggling. You really want to see struggling. You're smart enough. Jump on YouTube and look at what's going on in Africa. Look at what's going on in Afghanistan.
well,
You're
do you
not
know what I
struggling.
did? Do you know what I did to really realize, to help myself see and help somebody with Alzheimer's realize that she wasn't struggling? We went to go feed the homeless.
Sure. Absolutely.
We
Those are the
went to
things.
we went to go feed the homeless because I said that, it can be worse. Yeah, I connected with Chad. It takes him 2 hours to get dressed. 2 hours. Can you imagine every day taking 2 hours?
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm in the same boat. It takes me 30 minutes to get on a pair of shoes. It takes me 30 minutes to put my underwear on if I'm by myself. I get it. I know. And but you're not struggling. Those struggling days are over. You're not struggling. You're helping people. You're going and you're helping people. You're not struggling. Struggle is a strong fucking word. That is way strong to have inside your body. Whoa, my God, look what it does to you. You're just not struggling. And somebody's got to be there to share with you that that's not what's going on in your life. And one day you'll grab it, and you'll grab onto that gravitational pull and you'll run with it. Go give to as many people as you possibly can. Give, 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 give until you just don't think you can give anymore, and give some more, and you're going to be in super shape. Look at you've accomplished several goals. I heard you say, I've got a credit card paid off. I've got this going. I'm 2 months away from doing this. Those are the things that we think about constantly, not about what has happened in the past. Not that you didn't have any food back in January or December. Not that that's the past. You survived that and you went ahead, you went forward, you did it. You did it. And that's where yay. And that's where you're thankful for it and you're good to go. But the words that you got to change are major important. And struggle is a huge word. Huge word. People get buried in it and they can't. Some people that is a quicksand word, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it literally is.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I said, that this gives me hope. This gives me a future.
See, I have a hard time with I do have a hard time with the word hope. That's a tough word for me.
Well, faith is another one. Faith is another one.
I love.
I do faith over fear, because I love Mel Robinson. And I love Mel Robinson, and this is one thing that puts me in action, is she says, count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And if you're at fear, count down and take action anyway.
Mhm.
So I did skydiving, and I was up there in the ready to jump, and it's like, oh God, the door's about ready to open. Oh my gosh, just do it anyway. So have faith, and it's okay to be at fear. So
Was it a dual parachute or were you single?
no, I had somebody strapped on my back. We were gonna do it, but I still want to do a solo with one on each side, but I haven't yet.
No, that's cool to jump. That's a cool thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much. This was really good. And I did have one question on I opened up the presentation of the Google Slides, but I saved it as but I'm not familiar with Google Slides, and we can do it in another time. I know it's late for you, but
No, it's not late. It's only 9:15 in the morning.
oh, okay. Hold on.
It's
I
9:15
have,
at night for you.
yeah, I have,
I slept since 1 o'clock this morning.
oh, okay. Yeah, do I save that in there and then open up Google Slides, or do I save individually and then just
No,
take it
save
from
the
there?
whole thing. Save the
So I
whole thing.
save, so I
Yeah,
save
just
the whole thing.
what I would do is I would create a new. Here, I'm going to show you right now on my screen.
Okay.
I'm going to go into Google Docs. I'll go to my drive. I'm probably not going to use the slides, but I'll use whatever I have. Oh,
Okay.
wait. Oh, I'm in a different software. Hold on. There's the presentation right here coming up. There's the
Right.
title right there.
Yep. Yep.
I'm going to do file.
Yep.
I'm going to do make a copy.
Yep. I did
Entire
that.
presentation.
Yep. Did that.
It says copy. I'm going to put 1A underscore. Oh, I hit something wrong.
And you're doing 1A just because they come up with different
Just to make
presentations.
just there it is. It did it. 1A
Okay.
build. So the presentation is there. So now this I have two presentations. This is presentation straight build. See build presentation PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Then this one is the copy. Then you can name it whatever you want to name it.
Right.
And then this one right here should be a presentation that you can work on. Let's see.
But I thought you said something about going into Google Slides.
This is Google Slides.
Oh. So you already made it. I thought I was trying to create something in Google Slides. Okay.
Okay, so if you don't know about Google Slides, it just means that when you're inside here, you're going to be you're in your drive. You'll already have if you click on the link that I gave you, it's automatically going to open in Google Slides.
I got it. Okay.
When it opens in Google Slides, it'll look like this. So then just go file, new presentation.
Yeah, I did that. Yep.
And then it'll open up it'll give you a brand new presentation.
I got it. I thought I was trying to create something.
Or you can just do like I said right there and do file.
Yep.
Make a copy. Got it. That's a cool way to do it right there. Now I'll tell you this. If you one thing that'd be really cool for you is if you get this down, if you can learn the presentation faster than anybody on your team, you learn it faster than everybody on your team, and you talk to people about the presentation, that would be an asset. Okay. Because you would be, in order to be a winner, and this is really cool. I love this. In order to win, you only have to win by this much. Un poquito. You just have to have a little bit more knowledge than everybody else.
Yeah.
You just have to have a little bit more leads than everybody else. When back in the rainbow days, Paul Vidovich used to say to me, David, the contest is coming up and you have an opportunity to take you and your wife to Spain and to Morocco and spend a week with me in Spain and Morocco. Can you win the contest? My very first contest that I was ever involved in at Rainbow. He said, can you win it? And I said, I don't know. He goes, I want you to win it. Well, I worked at it really hard and I did win, but my wife was pregnant and she was in her 8th month and we couldn't go. So we didn't go. So the next contest came 6 months later and I won that one hands down. And the reason I won it is because all of the leads that I had from the first contest, I saved them. And so I had more leads than everybody else. And I started off with a bang, just boom, which is exactly where I'm at right now. Okay.
Right.
Exactly where I'm at right now. I'm going to give you another little tidbit here. This is a campaign that I'm going to get running for myself. And I'm sharing this with you because you can do the same. You can do the same thing. You're just not ready for it right now. And I'm not going to, I don't want you to be, I don't want you to get, go down a path that you don't need to be going down right now. I like multitasking in the lead generation space. Okay. It's fun for me. It's a blast for me. Okay. So I have right now inside my everyday cash machine, if I go right here to contacts and I go into my smart list right here, there's one called real estate agents. Boom, right there. Click on real estate agents. Right there, you'll see there's 1,938 real estate agents in there. 1,938 already verified. I had 20,000. No, I had 18,000. I cleaned them and only came back, cleaned up, and it only came back with 1,938 real estate agents. Okay. This is the only target list I'm using for my real estate agents. I'm not focused on anything else. I don't know any of these people at all. I don't know any of them. Yeah. But there's 1,938 of them. Okay. So I'm going to use my numbers. 1938 is my number. I think that I can get in touch with, I think I could contact out of the 1,938. How many do you think I should contact?
1938.
Good girl. That's exactly right. You heard my question. How many do you think I should contact? If you have 100 leads, you better make 100 phone calls. Otherwise, why do you have 100 leads? So I got 1,938. I think that I will get hold of 20% of them.
A hold them as in talk to them, or hold them as in get on your team?
No, I will get hold of them on the phone.
Okay.
That's 387 people that I'll get in touch with.
Yeah. And
out
even
of the
if
387, I'm going to offer 387 people the opportunity. I'm going to offer it to them. I think that 70% of those people will tell me yes. And what I mean by tell me yes is that 70% of those people will tell me that they will talk to me about the opportunity. That's 271 people. Out of the 271 people, I'm going to say that only 50% of them are actually telling me the truth and will actually show up. That's 135 people that I think will show up.
Mm-hmm.
By the time I get all the way down to 135 people that are my my actual target market, I will have learned so much information, and I will have I'll understand exactly what I'm going to be able to say, and I'm going to say that I'm going to be able to close at least 25%, because I believe a monkey can close 25% of anything. That's what I believe. Totally. A monkey could do it.
%25 of 135.
Yep. $33.75. So 34 people
Times
will
3,500.
say 34 people out of the 1,900 people my goal is to try to get 34 out of 1,900. That's hard work. That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But 34 people out of that I get that I think I can get to join the company. So I got 34 people in my organization. What's
Mhm.
my asset? What is the asset that I have now? 34 brand new people, right? That's my asset.
Yeah, and 34
What did I
electric
tell you?
bills.
What 34 electric bills? What did I tell you that was the amount of, what is my number? What is my number per person?
3 people a year.
Three sales a year per person.
Yep.
That's 102 sales from that 34 people.
Yeah, times
I'm
3,500.
just going to say I'm at I'll use the consultant money. How many sales did I say that was?
102.
That's $357,000.
Off your list of 1,900 people.
I think that's, and I honed it down right in front of you. Right in front of you, I gave you exact true numbers, stats that I believe in that I could do. I didn't look at this like if we played this game and showed it to the team, the numbers would be all over the place, and that would prove to you by
Right.
undeniably that nobody knows what the foxtrot they're doing and how important it is about what you and I are talking about. What I just showed you is totally manageable. If somebody comes on and says that they, out of 1,900 people, how many do you think you could get, Craig? Oh, I think I'd get 150, or I'd get 500 of those people. The numbers would be all over the board.
Mm-hmm.
The next question would be, do you think you have a plan? And they would say, if they said yes, you get to say, can you share it with me?
Yeah, what's your plan?
If they say no, then you know that they don't have a plan.
Mhm.
With me, you have at least what you get from me every time is a plan and a strategy based on realistic numbers, because I don't care if we use your numbers. It doesn't matter. And I don't care if my numbers are off by 10% on each number. I don't care, because
Yeah.
it's a shitload of money at just having 10 people out of 1,900.
Yeah.
So now the plan of action is, how do you put that together with this tool? Well, if you have the phone number, that means you can have texting. How much is the texting going to cost? On 1,900 people, if I text them 20 times a piece, it might cost me $150. If I email all of them 25 times, it's not going to cost me anything except the amount of software and the amount of time. And building a calendar, that's going to take me 45 minutes to an hour. Building a landing page, 20 minutes. That's it. I'm done. They're already there. They're ready to go. Okay. Already there.
Yep.
Now I've got
Now, what
another.
did you do you said you cleaned the list. Did you go through and you had to look at all the other
I
people?
ran it through a software tool. I ran it through a software tool called bulk email verification.
Okay. And what does that do?
Cleans the emails, make sure that the emails will answer. It tells you that that is a true email address. It's not going to bounce.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So one of the big things is that oh, I don't want this one. I'll put it over. One of the big things is I like lists. I like putting lists together and making it work. So when I'm talking to people, I ask for all kinds of lists, right? That's what Becky, can you get me 7? Dawn, how many do you think you get? Well, Dawn goes, I'm going to go to a such and such website, and I can get all the information by going in because these are all the people that pay their taxes. Okay. Are you going to do that? Yes. You have the time to do that? Yes. Do you want to do that? Yes. Okay, go do it. Am I going to do it? No. Will you give me all that information? Can I have all that information and help you when you have that information? Yes. Are you coachable? Yes. Will you do what I tell you to do once you have all that information? Yes. Okay, now I've got myself another lead generator. That's an asset. Okay. I know what I can do once I get it into digital format and once I have the ability to either make a phone call, send a text, email, or whatever. Okay. But I don't do like Sergio did and say, I need to create a flyer. I need to talk to Craig about how to do this. We need to come up with some kind of social media and all that stuff. That's a waste of friggin' time.
Yeah, he's not going to take action.
Right. There's nothing there that's going to be of any fun whatsoever. So I'm going to go right here to Frank. Frank Sullivan. Let's see what you got for me, Frank. The data that I sent, a sample of last week, was sent in error. It was an older file. Okay, this is the new file right here. So that file right there, I could download it. I should download it. I will download it. I'll download it and I'll put it in my Google Drive. So I'm going to download, I'll name this Frank. This guy called me up on the telephone and said, David, I've got a list. I said, how big is the list? He said, I'm not really sure, but I'm going to send it to you. These are all CEOs. It's a list that I have used for a couple of years, and it's been really good for me. I'm going to send it to you, and you do whatever you want to do with it. I'm at right now. I'm taking it down slowly so I can show you. So I'm probably down right now to about, well, it's at 6,800, and we'll look at the list in just a second.
And what is the status with the Facebook accounts? Anything?
For him?
No, you were going to look at getting open Facebook accounts to be able to have a solar.
The guys that I'm trying to do it with, are a bit flaky. So I'm looking around for a couple of other places. It gets more expensive.
Can't I just go open another Facebook account?
It's too hard to get them to run. You want to buy a seasoned account already. You want to have an account that's been up and running for 2 or 3 years. You don't want to.
I wonder if I could take my mom's.
Sure you can. Absolutely could. Okay, let's see what this account has. This account has 8,400.
Are you able to change the name or no?
No.
Okay, I don't want to do that then.
8,475 leads on this list.
Nice.
Now let's take a look at the actual list and see what is on the data. I've got county, what county they are in, price, seller's company, seller's first name, seller's second name, seller's last name, buyer's first name, buyer's second name, buyer's last name, street, directions, street. I don't know what this list is, what it is. And it's got address, city, state, lender's name. I have to call him on the phone and say, what'd you send me, Frank? Interest type unknown. So he's got a tag here that says what they're interested in or the level of interest they have. Loan type conventional. These are mortgage leads. Oh, I know why he sent me. These are people that own homes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
8,400 people that own homes.
Wow.
Okay. So now what do I have? I have an asset. Now I have to make a decision. Do I want to work this list or not? Well, yes, I do. But do I want to do it personally? Absolutely no way on God's green earth. So what do I have to find? I have to find an individual on my team that I can trust and make a deal with that will work the leads. That's what I have to do. And I'll find one.
And what will they do to work the leads? Just to talk to them?
I'll find out whether or not they're qualified as a lead generator. If they know how to build a funnel, if they know how to build an email campaign. I don't want to spend any time with anybody on these leads. I want to be able to hand them over and say, can you do it? If they say yes, I'm going to say, prove it. I'll ask you questions. I'll get through my due diligence. If you can do it, I'll give you the leads. If they can't do it, I'm not going to give them the leads. That's it. I'll search that person out till the cows come home. You know?
Yeah.
I'll find somebody. 8,400 leads of people that have that are mortgage owners, and I don't know the dates on here, but it has, it did have a date, but I don't know what it was. Oh, and it has a state. It tells the states they're in. Arizona is a big state. They got a lot in Arizona. The other thing about this is that's really cool is you can take, let's try this. You can actually take the, let's see if it'll copy.
Christina's messaging me. Do you want me to have her join?
What's she asking? Is she
She
home?
just said, so you put my electric bill in the back office. Was this assigned to Jabari? Because she wants to know why they haven't done anything to schedule anything. So I told her, I said, I just asked you about that.
Your job to schedule
Oh, it's my job to schedule it.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, bring her on.
Okay.
She's cool. 9270 East Madison Lane. 9270
And so
East.
do I just email Jabari and Hans
Yes.
with the and then they tell me their availability?
Yeah, he'll try to get you to go to a calendar, all that kind of stuff. But I'm going to tell you how to build a relationship with Jabari.
Okay.
You're going to call him and say, I've got an electric bill. Will you please, we're going to be hard on Jabari. Will you please get with me and walk me through the details of how I turn in an electric bill to you? I don't want to turn it into the portal at this particular point in time. He might come back and say, why? And you say, because I don't want to. And that's all there is to it. And then we'll find out how he treats us, how he treats you.
Okay.
That's what we want to find out.
Well, because I thought I already uploaded the one for Christina and I thought that's what
Don't talk about it right now.
okay.
I think I just let her in. Okay, so I'm going to East Madison right here. There she is.
Hello.
That
I'm
sounds
so tired.
I say that sounds exciting.
You buy a car?
Clearly I'm tired.
Yeah, no, I went to this lot with my neighbor and realized how inappropriate that was. I was like, he can't be sitting here waiting for me to look through. And there wasn't that many cars at the lot we went to. So, no. Oh,
So are you
but
trying
that's
to buy a
okay.
car?
Well, I need a car.
So
My car
why aren't you
died.
doing it online?
So, the funniest thing happened today. You talked about Carvana and all that. Well, my neighbor, we don't live in a big city. My neighbor had Carvana come and drop off her brand new car and take her old car as a trade-in and leave. And her old car is a new car. So, and they rent. It's the funniest thing. You'll buy a really nice car, but you'll rent. I mean, she rents this house in a not the greatest neighborhood. I mean, honestly, she's on the corner of a trailer park. So it's just interesting to me what people are willing to spend their money on. But yeah, it cracks me up. So anyway, my neighbor, I talked to him. His electric bill is like nothing. So he lives by himself in a little house next door. So he's not even interested. He shut me down. He's like, oh yeah, my electric bill's blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, great. So I've been trying to prepare my taxes, which is a nightmare. So I've been working on that since yesterday. But overall, I reached out to my uncle. He's at some Jewish thing today for Easter with his entire family. So I forgot it's Easter weekend. You can't be talking to people on Easter weekend.
Right, you can't be talking to people. So why are you trying to do your taxes? What's so hard about your taxes?
Oh no, I have to turn them all in, and so I forgot it was Easter weekend. I was going to take them by there today because they were supposed to be open, and I was like, oh, It's not. It's a whole nother topic. But anyway, I need a tax strategist in this country. That's what I need. But at this point, I'm just going to deal with the tax person I have, which.
So HR block doesn't work?
No, we go through like a tax preparer office. It's expensive, but we do, a bunch of itemized things.
So you guys really, you're happy with the way your returns are and so forth?
No, we pay a lot for them, and they make fun of me because I'm not making a lot of money in my businesses, and I keep trying. So they're like, "Oh, you spent more money."
Who says that to you?
Really?
My
Are you
tax guy.
serious? Your
Yeah.
tax? Really?
Your tax guy?
Yeah.
How-
Talks to me like, he talks to me like I'm an idiot. Yeah.
Okay, so what does he say to you?
He said, well, I need to be educated anyway, but he says, oh, you bought more courses. Oh, you're paying into this. I'm not making any money. So he's like, oh no. But I know now it's not a big deal.
Okay, so here's what I want you to do to him. How long have you known the guy?
For a while. For a while.
Is he a
Probably
good guy?
he's a nice guy. He
You
just
know
makes
his
me
wife?
feel like, no.
No? But he makes you feel like this?
When it comes to me not making money and doing multi-level marketing, yeah. He
Does
doesn't know
he-
anything about it.
Does he know that he makes you feel like this?
Um,
Have you ever told him?
I don't think so.
So you've never told him, hey, you make me feel like this. You've never said that to him.
Not yet, no.
Okay, so that's what we're going to say to him next. You make me feel like this every time I come here. And now it's time for you to do me a favor, period.
Okay.
Set the stage and that's it. Don't do anything more. You're going to owe me a favor, period. Nothing more. Don't give him any more information.
Okay.
You make me feel like this. Every
Yeah.
time I come in here, you make me feel like this. And I love you. I like coming here to you, but you make me feel like this. You owe me a favor. And don't say another word. Watch his face. That's what you want to look at.
Okay.
And walk out the door. And then we'll go after the guy. Does
Okay.
he live in a home?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen his house?
No, but it is
How to get to
really
his house?
close. Hmm?
Would
I've
you know
never-
how to get to his house?
Oh no, but I mean he's a really nice guy. I just think that he doesn't understand what we do.
So
thinks
where
we're
am I trying?
profitable.
What path am I trying to take you down right now? What are we going to do?
Solar.
So what you're going to do is you're now going to go. My questions are really simple. Do you know how to get to his house?
No.
I need you to find out how to get to his house. You got to get his address, and then you're going to drive by his house on a beautiful sunny day, and you're going to snap pictures of his house. Boom, boom, 3 pictures, one on the right, center, one on the left, and drive away and store those pictures. That's it. And then we're going to email him with the pictures in the email. And you're going to say, look I drove by your house. And remember, I told you owed me a favor. I drove by your house and took a pic. These are the pictures I took. Wow, what a beautiful place you live in. I need you to do the favor now. I need your electric bill because I need to make money because you told me I needed to make money. And every time I'm with you, all you do is go,
You're so great. You crack
Right?
me up.
I would do that. Trust me on this. Everything I just told you that I would do, I've done multiple times. Not necessarily with the same strat. It's the same strategy, but it's not necessarily the same product. Most of the time at that time I was doing either selling a vacuum cleaner or selling insurance. Okay. Or recruiting somebody. Back in the day, I was bold enough to snap a picture of your kid, with a Instamatic camera. I'd be, I just took a picture of your kid, and I think that you and your kid get along really well. Do you? Yeah. Okay, great. Okay. give me your address. I'm going to stop by and get your, because we didn't have email back then. Give me your address and I'll make sure, give me your office number and I'll stop by your office and drop off the pictures once they're developed. Fair enough. They'd say yes, shake their hand and walk away, get their information, show up a month later with the pictures. I was thinking about you. As long as you have them and you have the right intent and you're going to do it, it pays off in the long run. Some do, some don't, some will. Some will, some won't. So what? You know?
Yeah, that's right.
That's how
So
you do it.
how did you turn it into a conversation about what you were selling? Did you
You're
do
not
that or no? I got that.
Of course I did. You just wait for the moment. You just seize the moment when the moment takes place. Sometimes what happens in most cases, and what I'm working with training you two on, is how to not regurgitate right off the bat. Wait it out. Have patience. I went through about an hour with Pamela already, explaining to her and showing her, build your list first and know your list, know your audience. You know, everybody thinks that they don't have an audience. That's what everybody thinks. Now you've got to figure out a way to find their audience. Like Sergio, right? Sergio the other day on the phone. No, I don't want to go after my friends, my neighbors, and so forth. Okay, Sergio, why? And so he hemmed and hawed around the way. Well, you know, if you go after people with network marketing, you know, it's negative, all that, which tells you immediately what? If somebody says that to you, they don't want to go after their friends, neighbors, and relatives because network marketing seems to be, you know, a lot of people don't like it. What's the real reason? What's the real reason? Was that the truth that they just told you?
No, they have a history. It sounds like they have a history of network marketing or a conversation of somebody else that had a history of network marketing.
Exactly. So the number one, Pamela will be able to answer this. When I'm talking to somebody, you can be pretty much guaranteed that two things are going on. One, I'm listening to them. The other is I'm not listening to them. I'm listening to them and I'm not listening to them. The moment I hear stupid stuff, I'm not listening. I'm listening for anything that I can get that will attract me to their heart, period. Nothing more, okay? If it's stupid, I get to be bold. I know more than they do. I can be bold. I don't want to be mean, okay? I can be bold. I can go like this. Sergio, stop, man, stop. Listen, you don't know what the foxtrot you're talking about. Do you know that? You don't know what you're saying, period. And then go on from there. Let me tell you, Sergio, am I somebody that you would let introduce to your friends, neighbors, and relatives? You know, bold, go out there, be out there with them so that you get what you want to get. Know what your assets are and go after and build your assets. That's all it is. It's so simple. It's unbelievable. And what you do with me, Christina, is perfect because Pamela has already gone through this part with me. And within seconds, you're on the phone and we get to prove it, everything that I just said to her. Within seconds, okay? I said to Pamela an hour ago, I said, I listen for all the details. And the detail with you was what the guy did to you. And he makes you feel like this. You did that. I didn't do that. You actually did that. You went right into the camera just like that. That's a trigger. That's when you know, that's when you as the individual in charge know that you're in charge. And that's cool. I love being in charge. I love it. I eat it up.
You crack me up, David. So you were going to tell me something cool earlier. Was it this?
What was I going to tell her? Well,
we were talking about electric bills, and so I need to schedule, I guess with Jabari, and I did not know. I thought whenever I uploaded it, then they would kind of reach out and say, hey, this is whatever. But no,
No, that's not what happens. So that goes to Freedom First so that they can create the quote and then they send it to Jabari. So you have to actually send him the information through email to him and Hans. Hans gets copied on, and then you have to go on his Calendly link and schedule it. The reason I know this is because one of my people just got a puppy, so she can't meet with them. The other one, they closed it because Freedom First, I didn't assign it to somebody, so they closed it out. So it's like marked out. And then she's gone because her uncle's dying, so she had to go to Tennessee, and so she can't give me a day or time. And then my other person hasn't given me her electric bill yet because I don't know if she thinks it's like unsafe to do that or what, but I'm reaching back out to her and my uncle's going to give me his. So yeah, I just had to learn how the system works, but that goes straight to Freedom First so that they
well,
can prepare it
David
and
doesn't
send
go
it
by
to
the
them.
system.
Well, I understand that, but we have to get three sales with a mentor. So we have to turn at least 3 in and get sales. So, and that's actually selling solar. These people are just letting me do the presentation, but they're open. And I have another friend too that's actually looking for solar.
Oh, cool.
It's just a process. Yeah, it's just a process of telling everybody that you're doing solar.
Yeah.
And asking for their electric bill and then going through the process.
I'm legitimately not telling anybody any longer I'm doing solar. I told you guys that already, right?
No, what are you telling them?
I'm in the business of collecting electric bills.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I'm telling people now.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
So
go,
Jim,
why? They go, why? I go,
Right.
because I really enjoy doing a feasibility study on your home for your energy bill, for your energy.
Ah.
Then
I
they
like
might
that.
ask another question, and I go, well, I enjoy renewable energy, and I'm going to do a solar feasibility on your home to see what kind of energy the sun produces for you, because without it, we don't know. And
Right.
it doesn't cost you any money to find out. Isn't that cool?
You're so funny. I want a copy of your recordings. You got to send me stuff. You
Okay,
won't
look
let
at
me take notes.
that's what I wanted to find out. Okay, stop the recording. I'm stopping this one. Stop recording, because the recordings are not good any longer.
Why?
They're way out of control because they're too long and it doesn't work.
Well, I have to go to bed. It's like 10 o'clock here. I have to go to bed,
Yeah.
but I know how to fast forward through them and turn them on like auto speed.
But they're not rendering. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
they're too long. They're too long
We
to
got to
send.
make them so this is not,
Oh,
not
they're
the
too
kind
long
of
to send.
software that you want to do that with.
This is why we need Zoom.